Hi, this is Jeff Blauette, Technical Agronomist for Cooperative Farmers Elevator. And on this week's Field Friday segment here, as we're getting towards the end of the season here, just thought I'd touch on some of the things that we worked on this year and kind of whet your appetite a little bit for what's to come, hopefully for us, for some information that might be helpful to you. You know, we've shown different phases of the year where we're planting some plots and doing some plot work or whatever, so just to be aware of what we have going on and what you can look for. We planted somewhere in excess of 30 test plots this year, some corn, some soybeans obviously. We've got a lot of hybrid evaluation and soybean variety evaluation in different areas, and those you'll see on our website. You know, as we get them harvested, we try and get them posted as soon as we can, just to kind of get some performance information out there on some different genetics. But we also do a fair amount of research work on different agronomic practices, different agronomic products that, you know, some of them are new, some of them are products we've tested before and had some success with, and maybe we're evaluating them at different timings to see if they fit into any other different applications. It's one of the reasons why we publish on our website the hybrid and variety test plots. We don't really publish our research work on some agronomic practices and products, because it may look really good on, you know, some of the yield data, but does that really fit your environment and your application? That's kind of where the CFE agronomists you work with, your trusted advisors, hoping to work with you and figure out, okay, some of these products worked in our trials, do they fit for how you're doing things? And it's more than the yield data, it's the actual practical usage of those. So we kind of like to go through those with you and explain those to you as the time comes, you know, to make some of those evaluations and decisions so we make the right call. You know, we're testing things all season. You know, in soybeans, for instance, we're testing some various seed treatment variations. We're testing in-furrow things, earlier vegetative products to add to your herbicide programs maybe, and even some late season plant health things for soybeans. In corn, we're going all the way from in-furrow all the way to after tassel time fungicide applications. We're testing all kinds of various things at different stages there as well. Trying to look at some ways to maybe work towards, you know, maybe picking up that next increment of yield and hopefully do it profitably so it fits into your system. There's all kinds of things out there. The prior products we've had around for a while, micronutrients, that's kind of old news. We're looking at different variations, different timings of those things, so we're still testing some of those, and maybe some small improved products that we're evaluating. There are some new concepts that we're looking at. There are some products that are kind of coming to the market that are kind of some plant growth regulators. There's some things that are doing different things in the plant. One of them that kind of intrigues me is some products that make the claim to increase that plant's ability to maybe be more efficient with nitrogen, maybe even take up some nitrogen additionally or utilize it in different ways. So some of those sound pretty good. We're trying to validate if they really are going to perform. So those are interesting. Of course, biologicals, you can't pick up any trade publication or anything or hear any ads on any kind of media that biologicals aren't talked about. And so we're testing some of those. Biologicals are a whole different ballgame. We're in a little different part of the world in some of our territory. I kind of have my doubts on biologicals and their performance on manure type grounds. That's why we're testing some around here, just to see if their claims hold up in these highly biologically active manured soils. Some may and some may not, but we're looking at them before we talk to you about them, and that's kind of why we do what we do. So just thought I'd set the stage to let you know what we have coming here. Obviously, we're just getting out harvesting some of the first bean items here, and we'll continue to march forward as harvest goes on, and you can look for some of those things with your CFE agronomist as the winter goes on here and see what we learned. We do know with all the weather we've had go through, we've lost some of our test plots this year that we put out, whether we had wind damage and excessive green snap or even root lodging with some excessive winds. You know, we've had some hail come through and really caused some problems in some areas, so we're no different than you. We have some of the best laid plans are going to fail this year because of Mother Nature, and that's just the way it is. But we'll see what we end up with. It is, you know, a valid information, and it'd be something to look forward to. So with that, that's this week's Field Friday segment, and we'll see you next week.